The Little Peasant. A poor peasant and his wife did not even have a cow. They had a woodworker make them a calf of wood and brought it to the pasture. When the cowherd returned the calf left by him because he wants it walk by itself, and then without it, the peasant said he need to come back to get the calf. Then they found it been stolen and took the cowherd to mayor to court him for his carelessness, and the judge made him give them a cow. Their wishes come true, a cow, but because of a poor life, they can't feed it. So they skinned it, and the peasant went to the town to sell it, but no one buy it. The strong rain comes, and the poor peasant went to a house of a miller because of strong rain. The peasant pleased to be sheltered by the help of miller's wife, then gave him a bread and cheese. And the miller's wife thought that the poor peasant went to sleep because of its cold, and miller's wife brought four types of food. Then the miller came home that his wife did not expect because of the strong rain. The food she brought out, she hid it fast, for her husband did not suspect her, until the miller wants to eat and invite the poor peasant. The miller saw the skin which the raven was lying in the ground. Then the miller said, "What have you there?" The poor peasant answered, "I have a soothsayer inside it." Then the peasant act begins when the miller questioned him if he can foretell anything him. But the first four only he say, and the fifth keeps himself. The miller agree, and the act begin. After the fourth saying done, the thrilling part is the fifth, that they need to finish eating. First, the food do hide by the miller's wife, and then the final act, the fifth is agreed by giving the poor peasant $300. Then the peasant begin the fifth in. The devil is hiding outside there in the closet on the porch. The person ran out as fast as he could, and the miller said it was true. I saw the black rascal with my own eyes. The poor peasant come home and repair his house. Become mayor questioned him whence his wealth came. When the poor peasant said he sold his cow skin by $300, when the peasants heard about this big news, they came home and killed their cow, skinned it, then go to the merchant to sell the skin, but did not give her more than $2. The peasants vexed. The small peasant should have thus outwitted them. The small peasant sentenced to death and was rolled into water. When the peasant recognized the priest who had been with miller's wife, he said, "I set you free from the closet, set me free from the barrel." At the same time he saw a shepherd had a flock of whom wishes to become a mayor. When the priest cried up to him and asked, "What are you about?" the small peasant said, "They want me to become their mayor, but I don't want it." And the shepherd said, "If nothing more than that is needful in order to be mayor, I would get in barrel at once." The small peasant said, "If then." After that, the small peasant took the shepherd's flock for himself. Then the barrel began to roll towards the water. Then the shepherd shouts, "I'm willing to be a mayor." And the peasants thought that it is the small peasant, so they said, "You shall look about a little down below and rolled the barrel into down water. After the peasants went home, they see the small peasant walking with flock of sheep. Then questioned him, Peasant, from whence do you come? How have you come out of the water? The small peasant replied, I sank deep, deep down until at last I got to the bottom. I pushed the bottom out of the barrel and crept out, and there were pretty meadows on which a number of lambs were feeding. The peasants went to the water and go deep, for small peasant said, they can see flock of sheep feeding deep, and they all jumped, raced to go deep, and they all died. And the small peasant became a rich man.